Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video I'm going to be ranting about Rumble. However, it's going to be a very interesting video as the problems I've encountered seems to have been resolved, and I'll go into more detail in a moment. But first I want to give the viewers a health update. So you might have seen my community post, everybody, yesterday, where I was having a sore throat. I still got that. My right side of my head is still burning at the minute. I have taken, the painkillers and things, so trying to bring the temperature down. However, it's still there, and my ear do feel rather blocked up as well. So I thought I'd record this video, get out of the way, so then you've got something to watch on Friday. Because I'm a legitimate content creator, but I can't sit down all day trying to watch TV and going things in my mind about what I need to do. It drives anyone insane because you feel like you're being unproductive. But it do wipe you out, everybody. I mean, when you have these sorts of flus, these sorts of winter viruses, it's not pleasant, it's not nice. But I thought I just got to crack on with everybody. So, I'm a fighter at the end of the day. I mean, I hate being unwell, but if we was all well every day, we wouldn't need a health service, would we? So yeah, let's go. So, it starts off, everybody, with the thumbnails. This is the major issue I have had. On various browsers, everybody, you can see that the thumbnails here are being displayed. Now, on some tabs, so if you go on incognito, some of them doesn't show up. So, for example, I have got an example in the email I sent them. I will show you that in a second. But some of these might not be shown correctly. So you get the titles, you get the duration, and that's that. But you don't get the graphics, and I was really annoyed with that, because if any viewer stumbles across my Rumble page, I want them to be able to see the graphics before they watch that video. So I've emailed them yesterday, everybody, just before. I got worse, essentially, because I did go out yesterday to record, and then it just got worse gradually then from then on. So everybody, I wasn't really well from Monday, but if you watched a recent video, I do think I've explained the reasoning for that as well. So make sure you watch Tuesday's upload. So this is the email I have sent to the Rumble support service. Now, I wasn't really hopeful I would get any response back, because it's just like YouTube, unless you're monetized and you gained 1,000 subscribers, YouTube support don't want to know you. It's just as simple as that. You could contact them for a query, and if you're lucky, you might hear from them in a month or a couple of months down the line. Or maybe they just ignore the email and move on to more monetized creators, because they prioritize them more than the creators that are starting from naught and working their way up, But this is the email I have sent, and it says here, "Hello, I am contacting you in relation to errors in changing the thumbnail and the graphics not being displayed properly." Now, I will attach the images at the bottom of this email to further support the issue I'm currently faced with. So before I read the sections, everybody, I thought I might as well just tell you anyway. There was a video, everybody, that I wanted to change for a couple of days now, and that's that video graphic here where my mouse is. I've tried since Friday to do that. I've changed the file format, and as soon as I upload the thumbnail to the Studio Rumble, it'll say quickly no file selected. So I'm like, that's really weird. I mean, I'm selecting a file, I'm trying to save the changes, and before I can even press the button, it'll wipe out. So it doesn't even think that I've uploaded anything to the service, So that was really annoying. So in the end, yesterday, yeah, it's self-explanatory. I did email them, as you can see here. So for the reference, as well as my handle, so I gave them my user handle and my main account handle. So I have done the following things, because I automatically will assume that they will send me this anyway. If I left it like that and I attached my screenshots, they probably will come back straight away, especially if they AI automated, do these following steps. So I thought I've done that anyway. But it says here, so use multiple browsers. So I've used Safari, Chrome as normal, which Chrome is my favorite, by the way. Safari I don't mind using, but Chrome is the OG. And it's Vivaldi and Mozilla Firefox. I've used Firefox over the years, but I never really liked the user interface. I have also cleaned up the browser's cache and have not solved this issue in question. So what I mean by that is, anything you see on your web browsers, everybody, it collects data. So when you wipe the data out, you have to re-log into, say, your Facebook, your YouTube channels, your Netflix potentially, unless they've already saved your login. You have to re-sign in it basically. So yeah, I've tried to do that. It never worked anyway. But I have also used a device to my normal equipment, so I use my phone, the phone browser. I have also disabled all content and ad blocking tools because I know that could, affect the changes, like updating the changes that I've requested Rumble to do. So I've disabled them. On my computer, I've checked my mobile to ensure they're not running or preventing it to load properly. Sorry, buddy. I therefore has been attempting to change the thumbnail graphic since the Friday, the 26th of September. And such time of writing, nothing has been done. My end has resolved the issue, so the issue remains. So this is exactly what I mean, everybody. So these are the thumbnail. These are the screen grabs I sent the support service. So this is what it looked like for a couple of days. May I ask? I've checked Saturday, Sunday, just to see if there were any fixes, or were they even noticed that these errors are taking place. I didn't think they did, so I thought I went with my gut feeling and contacted the appropriate channels. But that generally, there was more than this, everybody, but because I had to email it through, I didn't want to make it smaller because I was more concerned about whether the support team can actually see the actual problem. So that just gives an example. So as you can see, some of them just show, some of them don't. And I think that's really, really annoying. Especially for the viewers, the viewers don't want a shoddy a playlist or a layout like that. I mean, if you think of it from a viewer perspective, that channel could be garbage. I can't really see what I'm watching. So I couldn't really help that. I mean, it's Rumble at the end of the day. I never had an issue with it until recently, but yeah. So this is the thumbnail I wanted to change. As you can see there. My old thumbnail I've uploaded the video with initially was still remaining, but I wanted to change it, and I was getting nowhere with it. And this is also what I had to face in the studio, everybody. So in my Rumble studio, I couldn't even see the original graphics I've posted for these videos. I couldn't even see them, and when I do see them, I can only see a couple of them. So it was really affecting everything on Rumble, really. I might not be the only creator that's affected by it, or the only one that's probably spoken out about it. Do excuse me, everybody. I don't normally try and record these videos when I'm a bit under the weather, but... So everybody, that's the studio of Rumble, and when I got to the video I wanted to change, nothing happened. I went on to edit, changed the thumbnail, and nothing happened. And when I look now on Rumble today, everybody, on Wednesday, at the time of the recording, it's now back to normal. I can see all my thumbnails again. I'm not sure if I'm signed in. I'm not signed in. But in my studio, looks okay. I've checked it as well. The thumbnails are loading perfectly on the studio. But let me know, everybody, if you're a creator on studio. If you're a creator on Rumble and you have experienced these problems before, let me know in the comments. I hope, gaining, by providing this video, if you were to upload your content to Rumble, I'm hoping that if you were to face these errors, they've now been fixed for everyone. Because it's not really nice if you think about going on to Rumble and you're experiencing these issues. It's a disaster, isn't it? But I will praise Rumble for, though, actually. I mean, I knew it was probably AI related, but they've emailed me back 5 minutes after, and I thought, have they really looked into it, really? Because 5 minutes, but you never know. I mean, they probably might not be inundated with emails, but they are. They've got a really good support team looking at these emails. But I've made it as detailed as I could, though. These details were what I've included. I couldn't be any more in depth than that. But yeah, the problem is fixed, everybody, and that's the concluding part of this video. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't go back to what I showed you on the screen grabs, because it'll just make the work shoddy. It'll make my channel look shoddy on Rumble, and it's not really fair, is it? But yeah, enough from me rambling on, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. and I thank you all for watching.